It starts with a spike in your heart rate, your palms sweat, your vision narrows. In a split second, you say something you'll regret for years, or you react with a rage that feels like it belongs to someone else. In that moment, you haven't just lost your cool, you've been a victim of a biological coup d'etat. This is the amygdala hijack, a state where the primitive part of your brain literally disables your logic, your personality, and your ethics. Today, we're looking at the survival mechanism that kept our ancestors alive from tigers, but is now destroying our modern relationships, careers, and mental health. The term amygdala hijack was first coined by psychologist Daniel Goleman in his seminal 1995 book, Emotional Intelligence. Goleman wanted to explain why even the most intelligent people do incredibly stupid things when they are emotional. To understand the hijack, we have to look at the two main players in your skull. The amygdala, two almond-shaped clusters deep in the temporal lobe. This is your brain's smoke detector. It scans for threats 24/7. The prefrontal cortex, or PFC, the CEO, located right behind your forehead. This is where you plan, logic, and decide not to scream at your boss. Usually, they work in tandem, but Goleman identified a back door in our neural wiring. For a long time, scientists thought all sensory information went to the prefrontal cortex first to be analyzed. But in the 1990s, neuroscientist Joseph LeDoux at NYU discovered a biological shortcut. When you see or hear something threatening, the information goes to the thalamus, the brain's relay station. From there, the signal splits. The high road, the signal goes to the prefrontal cortex. It takes time to process. Is that a snake? No, it's just a garden hose. The low road, a smaller portion of the signal, heads straight to the amygdala. The low road is 12 milliseconds faster than the high road. In evolutionary terms, those 12 milliseconds are the difference between life and death. The amygdala doesn't wait for the PFC to check the facts. It triggers the fight or flight response immediately. Once the amygdala pulls the alarm, it triggers the HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. Your body is flooded with adrenaline and cortisol. Your blood is diverted from your internal organs to your limbs to fight or run. Your heart rate climbs. The blood flow to your prefrontal cortex is restricted. This is the most dangerous part of the hijack. Your brain literally shuts down the centers for complex thought to save energy for survival. You are, quite literally, out of your mind. Research shows that once a full hijack occurs, it takes the body an average of 20 minutes to chemically clear those hormones. This is why you can't just calm down mid-argument. Your blood chemistry won't let you. Here is the glitch in our evolution. Our amygdala cannot tell the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and a snarky email from a coworker. A study by Dr. Matthew Walker showed that sleep-deprived individuals have a 60% increase in amygdala reactivity. When you don't sleep, the high road connection between the PFC and the amygdala weakens. The brakes on your emotions are cut. Every minor inconvenience becomes a life or death threat. Chronic stress keeps the amygdala in a state of hypervigilance. Over time, the amygdala actually grows in size, while the prefrontal cortex shrinks. You become biologically wired to overreact. Can we stop the hijack? Science says yes, through a process called affective labeling. UCLA researcher Dr. Matthew Lieberman conducted fMRI studies where participants were shown photos of angry faces. When participants simply named the emotion, the activity in their amygdala dropped significantly and the PFC lit up. By putting words to the feeling, you force the brain to engage the prefrontal cortex. You pull the signal from the low road back onto the high road. Here's a strategy you can follow to stop the hijacking. The 6-second rule. It takes 6 seconds for the chemicals of a hijack to dissipate enough for the PFC to re-engage. Belly breathing. This stimulates the vagus nerve, sending a signal to the amygdala that the predator is gone. Labeling. Say, I am feeling a hijack right now. We aren't slaves to our primitive brains. The amygdala is a loyal soldier trying to protect you, but it's a soldier living in the wrong century. Understanding the hijack is the first step to stopping it. You don't have to be a victim of your biology. You just have to learn how to put the prefrontal cortex back in charge. Because in the modern world, the person who keeps their high road open is the one who wins.